If you're struggling with absorbing other people's negative energy, then I have something to share with you today that is going to transform not only your life, but also the life of the other person. And this is specifically helpful for empaths. As an empath or an empathetic or empathic person, you are able to put yourself in someone else's position so that you understand them, and that also means that you often end up feeling the feelings of someone else. And if you've ever worked at all with manifestation, you will know that when you feel particular feelings, whatever you have felt yourself to be will manifest into your physical reality. So it's actually very dangerous to feel somebody else's feelings if they are negative, and we don't want those feelings ourselves. I have experienced this myself numerous times as an empath. I remember one time I was on the phone to my mum and she was telling me that her ankles had swollen up to the size of balloons and they were causing her so many problems. I started to feel very sorry for my mum, and I started to feel how she must be feeling having these swollen ankles. And you'll never believe what happened the very next day. I woke up with massively swollen ankles the size of balloons. Both of my ankles had swollen up, and I'd never suffered from swollen ankles in my life before. Another example is when I was chatting to a friend and she was describing how her daughter had been very sick in the middle of the night. She'd had an allergy attack where her throat had started to close off and she couldn't breathe. And I started to feel very sorry for her daughter and imagine how horrible that must have been. And a couple of days later, the exact same thing happened to me. I got the flu and my throat started to close up and I started to get really terrified and I was in tears. And then my daughter came up to me and she was asking my husband what was wrong with me, and he was telling her what was wrong with me. And then I could see this look of pain come over my daughter's face, and she's an empath as well. And then I could feel that she was feeling my pain, and then the same thing happened to her a couple of days later. So obviously we can't allow this cycle to continue. It is really, really dangerous to be absorbing other people's energy and feeling what they are feeling, because we'll end up with the same negative thoughts in our head and the same physical reactions in our bodies. And after years of struggling with this and trying numerous different things to try and let go of this negative energy after the fact, but things would still manifest, negative things would still manifest very quickly for me, because I had immediately imagined on the spot when people were telling me how hard things were for them. And then I suddenly realized, why am I not trying to help these people? Why am I thinking only of myself and I don't want these things, and maybe I just need to shut myself off and not be as caring towards people and just be a bit more cold-hearted and, not really care and just let the words go in one ear and out the other and oh poor you, and not be very nice about it. But I'm just a very naturally caring person. I really naturally connect with other people like that, and I didn't want to close myself off like that and stop caring about other people. So finally the realization came to me, why don't I just manifest, or in other words, pray for the person who is struggling? And it might seem obvious to those people who pray, but maybe not necessarily so, because in the past when I have received prayer from other people, usually they don't pray in that exact moment that you are telling them about your struggles. Usually they say to you, oh, that sounds awful, I'll pray for you, and then they go away, and maybe they do, maybe they don't pray for you, you'll never really know. But why not actually just say a very quick prayer or a quick intention, a quick visualization on the spot when you're in that precise moment, so that you don't have time to even feel sorry for them, because you've immediately replaced their struggles with what you want to manifest for them instead. And it can be very difficult to very quickly pray or visualize for somebody else while you're in the process of having a conversation with them. So what I sometimes like to do is I like to ask them a question that will move the topic to a more positive place. Like, for example, I might ask them, is there any chance of this condition going away? Or is there any chance that this condition could be healed? Or have you had anybody tell you that this could possibly be healed? Or what would the ideal outcome be for you? Would you like this to be healed? Would you like to recover from this? What would things look like if you had recovered from this? Just whatever seems appropriate in the moment, depending on how well you know the person or what the actual condition is that the person is talking about. And then while they are thinking about it, you'll probably have at least 1 or 2 seconds where you can send a very quick visualization to your brain and just simply see them how you want them to be. So while they're thinking about the answer, even while they're talking about the answer, you can suddenly say in your brain, wow, it's gone away, it's amazing, it's gone away, it's fantastic, this person is healed, they're healed, it's fantastic. Just something very, very quick. And in that moment, while they are telling you what they really want from the outcome, or some people won't even tell you what they want, they'll just continue to moan about it, but they'll probably have a think about it, and you can just be visualizing what you want for them instead. And you can still sympathize with them. You can say, oh no, that's awful, I'm so sorry. If it feels appropriate, you could say, would you like me to pray for you, manifest for you, or I really hope that that goes away. In your mind, you're not hoping, you're seeing them exactly as you want them to be, but it depends on the relationship that you have with them, what feels appropriate and what words you feel comfortable saying to them at that precise moment. But in your mind, you're just seeing them as you want them to be, as you intend them to be, which is to have perfect health. And if you do that, you're never going to visualize what you don't want for that person. You're not going to put yourself in somebody else's shoes. You might put yourself in the positive place and imagine that thing for that person positively. You can imagine them with perfect health, and at the same time you can imagine yourself with perfect health. So you can imagine it that way. And basically, this technique is based on a principle by Neville Goddard called ignoring the current reality. And I have another video on this very topic called how to ignore your 3D current reality when manifesting. So go and check that out if you want to learn more about this technique. Leave me a comment below. Are you an empath? Have you struggled with absorbing other people's negative energy? Have you ever manifested negative energy in your mind or in your body from somebody else? Have you ever prayed for somebody, manifested for somebody? Are you going to use this technique now? Let me know. And if you'd like to manifest fame, fortune, or followers, I have a special gift in the description below, so go and check that out. And now it's your turn to go and put your stamp on the world.